Assalamualaikum and very good day, Dr. Prof. Shah results. My name is Muhammad Mutsibullah, and in this video presentation, I would like to demonstrate a very simple game called rock, paper, and scissors. So the first step I'm going to open a Unity platform as you can see, and where I need to create a 2D project. So from this Unity, the first step I'm going to create a canvas by right click of the main camera. So once I have the canvas, I just can size of this little bit scales with skin size. So make sure that has appropriate resolutions. So I can set as 1019 for x value. For y, we can set as 1080, and the height and weight is 1. Yeah, that's it about the canvas. So after that, create I'm going to create a buttons for rock, paper, and scissors. So I must have 3D buttons, and I can rename of this button as rock. After that, I'm going to resize little bit bigger. Make sure the symbol is more visible to you. Okay, that's more perfect. Let's drag in the corner. So make sure there's 3D objects can be arranged. So I'm going to copy this rock and duplicate this one into for the paper and scissors and rename as paper scissors. So I just drag the position of each element, each component for paper and scissors. All right. So this is what we have. We have the button for rock, paper, and scissors. So after that, we're going to create 2 image object for the player choice and also for the computer's choice. So in order to do that, we're going to use canvas and going to select an image object, and we're going to resize little bit bigger of this object. So make sure the image is visible. All right, and I'm going to name it, rename this image as player. I'm going to duplicate this player for the computer. All right, and we can have the text object for each of the components for player and before than that we need a text text object for the results. So we can just select, we can rename it as result text. Rename it as result text. And we're going to resize it. Better we just do adjust in the inspector the font size. We might have 150. We can change the horizontal into overflow as the vertical as well as the overflow. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and the text is more visible, and just keep on top right over here. And that's the result text, and now we can assign the name for player objects. So in order to do that, we're just going to UI and select the text object. We use the text max pro, which is easier for us to define the name or create the name very fast. So just name it as player. I'm going to duplicate this name for the computer. For the computer. And I rename it computer. All right. So this is okay. This is all about the text objects. Now we can now we need to have the image for each of the component for rock paper and scissors. In order to do that, we just can download the image, or if you are more good at drag scratch, you can do that too. But I just downloaded previously and drag into the asset. So now what I do, the first thing I going to keep each of the image to the bottom. So I'm going to select each buttons and I'll assign those images into the buttons. So the first button I have selected is rock. So I'm going to have that object. Then I'm going to have paper. So I'm going to define this image to the paper. Then I'm going to select the scissors. So assign the image for scissors. So that's how we can drag and set up the image. After that, we can also do the same thing for the player objects, where we can have just can simply put the question mark, since we only can visible that object once we are playing, the games. All right, so that's pretty much it about the UI design step. We're going to we need to set up we need to download the package. We need to download the RPS Unity package in order to access the script for the rock, paper, and scissors. And before than that, we need to create an empty object for the game manager, and we can name it as game manager. then we can drag the scripts for each of the component, each of the object for rock. We can choose the value. So this is will define as the value is 1. The game manager. So what we do, we're going to add this state into the inspector. So once we have done with that part, we're going to put the button state to each of the components. So first we select the rock. So where I have mentioned about the rock, I have adjust the choice value. I assign as 1. I repeating this process for the paper as well. I repeat this process for paper. So now paper, I assign the value, choice value is 2. And I'm going to select the game manager as the game manager. And third is scissors. So I create the choice 3 as effectively and have the game manager. So I did. So for now, I can have one more test object for the uh, advice for user to select properly. So I just can use the UI, that is the text, and you can adjust the setting. So I just keep as 150. Horizontal is overflow, vertical as well as overflow. And rename it as uh, choose wisely. Wisely. And name it as sound effects. Sound effects. So for the final task, I'm going to adjust with the game managers. For the player choice, I must choose the player. Okay, from the game managers, let's choice image. I must assign the name as it is. For the computer choice, assign the value for computers. Result for text, assign the name. Result is advice text. So for the advice text, I have defined the names. Yes. So this is just the default. When I going to sounds effect of B3, since we will define 3 sound effects. The first sound element will be for winning. Secondly, I'm going to for lose for losers, and third just a draw. And audio says is the sound effects. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. And we can change our background color to the pink color. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. Let's see. Does it does it play? This is overall the rock paper and scissor games, and we finally we can see the output from this simple tutorials. So I think that's all for me. That's all.